Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to use my Operator Realism Kit. This kit is something I've been putting together over the last year playing Planet Coaster 2, and is something that I plan to build on for the next however long I play this game. It's something I take a lot of pride in, and it's something that I have taken from stuff I've seen in real life and things I've seen from, I think it's Red's No Limits buttons and switches pack. Really good mod. It really helped me to actually make these in general, and just some of these in general I've also seen at rides in my home park and stuff. Without further ado, let's go ahead and show you guys how to set up this kit and how to use it. So for starters, I am pretty sure I did use the too much scaling mod, so if you're on console, unfortunately you won't be able to use this mod, but if you are on PC, I will leave a link in the description to go to the Discord page that actually allows you to download the mod, and I'll leave that down in the description below so that you can download it. So starting off, what comes in the pack is, crap, that's the wrong thing. So starting off, what comes with the pack is, what you'll do is open up coasters, or even, I think it's even in scenery. Just go to blueprints, just says workshop, and then find operator panel, parentheses new. Whenever I was taking this screenshot a couple minutes ago, because I did actually update it, it is on a 10-degree rotation, so if you do have the more angles mod, I forget what it's called, you will have to tilt it a couple of times. Actually, oh no, that's on 15. Okay, so you actually do not need a mod to adjust that. You can literally just set it to 15, which that is base game. I don't know why 5 and 1 degree increments are not base game. It's kind of weird. I don't know if I'll update that maybe in the future. I don't know. Probably will though. But these are all separate pieces, which is really nice. I do have a couple things that are pre-done just for your convenience. This is just a basic panel. Just use that anywhere. This is like a lift hill stop type thing. This would be like your base of the lift hill and like transfer track or whatever. And then these are your cable conduits. Oh, there's a bird outside. This is obviously your main operator panel. This is a control box with an e-stop on it. That one also has an e-stop on it. This one is just blank. You can kit it out or whatever. Pretty much what you do. I'll probably make like a create your own kit at some point. But pretty much e-stop, you could just copy these from the... Pretty much what you can do is just copy these straight from here, or you can do, to make this a little bit easier, just copy those, and then yeah, it's just 3 items. So just select the yellow piece first, the gray piece, and then the red piece, and then you could do is just slap it on there. I personally wouldn't just slap it on like this, and I personally wouldn't put this version of the e-stop on there, but you can if you want to. This is the e-stop I personally would use on this. Something I do have to add in the future is the master switch on the side of the operator panel, so probably in my next major update I'll try and add that if I remember to do that. But yeah, here we are actually working in my brand new park. I'm actually recording this the day episode 2 comes out, actually the morning of it. Anyways, so obviously take your operator panel. Pretty much what I do is I'll decide where I want my operator panel. Sometimes I will put it on the opposite side of where the actual operator panel is, because sometimes I like to hide that and put my operator panel where it's not normally put. And sometimes, like what I've done on this B&M right here, is I'll actually lift it up, which is probably what I'm going to do on this one. And then I'm going to hide all this behind a wall because I want to shorten the station a little bit. Did the same thing with these control points. So what I'm actually going to do here is, I'm actually not sure. Due to the exit being on this side, I'm probably just going to put the control point here. Now, something to note, if you don't know much about control panels, is they can be in a bunch of different spots. They can be like this. Their orientation can be skewed so that they are kind of forced to look at the guest or whatever. Or in some very rare cases, in which it's mostly put on like things like B&M dives, or even it's a very niche thing. I'm not really sure what the use case is for it, if I'm honest. I think it's just easy access for the operator to get on either side of the station. But if it isn't, then I don't know. Maybe I'll look it up and make a splice segment right here. So currently editing Silver here. So apparently it is overhead operator booths on roller coasters are primarily used to provide operators with a clear, unobstructed view of the entire station platform and the dispatch area. This elevated perspective is crucial for ensuring safety and efficiency of the ride operations. So, I mean, that makes sense. Anyways, back to the video. For what I'm actually going to do here is, I think I'm just going to angle this and do a high station. Just put it right here. Now, this black portion is just a part that I have extended. It is a bit of a reference to the one from Planet Coaster 1. If you had the Theme Maker's Toolkit item, it actually had a bit of a black area on the bottom. That's just for foot clearance. I did make mine too big. I guess that you can adjust the height of your control panel if you wanted to. But I'm just going to put this one up high. The operator would be able to see, obviously. They can see all of this. Based off of the RMC that I have seen, most of the time it is just a direct face forward. But I think I'm going to skew this one. But obviously just try and use think about it logic and just do what makes sense. Obviously you don't want to just put your operator panel just, in the middle of the track. That's just going to look weird. But yeah. Obviously you just line it up at the station or however you're going to line it up. I am actually going to hide the station or this operator panel underneath the operator panel. Sounds kind of weird. This seems like it's not angled to the station. It's weird. It's because it just straight up isn't. Alright. Alright, there we go. So, got this angled up at the station. And obviously just come in and make sure that everything's visible. See over there. And all that. And then something you would probably do is, in the top of the station, you would actually open up this area, or wherever the operator would key to hit dispatch, which this one doesn't really need it because you have to wait till the train gets to the end of the station. But if you have a lift hill, you obviously want to be able to see the lift hill and stuff. But for this being a launch coaster, you'd either want to see first or second launch, or however many launches you have. It's safer just to go ahead and have the launch. Dang, that sucker's already on that side layout, I think. Dang. Sucker's fast. Anyways. But I'm just going to plop that down right there. Sorry for all the yapping. But, there's that. And then I'll often grab a just blank control box. And the movement point is a bit weird on this because of the hinges that I made, I think. So, I'll probably try and adjust that in the future, but this has been an issue since I made the kit, so I'm sorry about that. Then what I like to do is just add 3 cables underneath the control box. Not necessarily sure how accurate that is, so to say, but sorry if this movement is jarring. But I just try and do it makes sense. The whole thing is just completely misaligned. Hold up. I knew something was off. Yeah, the whole thing is jacked. Okay, maybe don't use that. The whole set is completely off, so I'm gonna have to fix that before this video goes up, which I don't know what day I'm gonna have this set to upload yet. I'm actually gonna replace the station and control box. looks level to me. But yeah, anyways, I'm not exactly sure what day this is gonna go up, but I think this is gonna either be going up Sunday after Thanksgiving or like Wednesday or Thursday sometime. I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, if you're seeing this earlier than that, then wonderful. But anyways, as I was saying, what I like to do is just take this, put that there, grab the cable or the conduit, which for some reason it's upside down. It's not normally like that. Normally the green arrow's on top. I don't know why it's not for some reason this time. It's weird because I didn't even touch this whenever I was adjusting the layout of things this time. Anyways, what I like to do is just grab a random point about middle, about second third of the box, and then just add 3 cables just spaced out about as even as you can get it. Make this go horizontal, and then I just plug it straight into the box right there. Then bada boom. The game is definitely messed up. I don't know what's going on. Nothing looks right. That is not how those are supposed to look. Those are in Frontier. Did you add an update? Oh, I've got that stupid visual bug again. Crap. Ah, that's why. Sorry for the visual freaking artifact. I don't know why my game likes to do this, but it loves just being a nuisance, so yeah. Anyways, what I'm gonna do, because I have kind of like a brick style theme, or like steampunk-ish theme, this is just for now. This is probably not permanent at all. But I'm just gonna line scenery with station, and I'm gonna grab just wood for now. This is not gonna stay, so there it is. Just gonna grab this, set that to crap 59, not so much 50. Fun fact: you can actually type in there to adjust the size of the actual scale of items. You don't have to use a slider all the time. It's actually a really useful thing. I've been using it since about the game came out. So it's definitely been in the game a while. It's pretty useful, actually. I like having things perfectly exact and such. So, yeah. Anyways, what I like to do is just add a little wall there. Just take this and just about line it there. Bring that across. There would obviously be a wall here, but for now there isn't. Just bring this back and then just make steps. But yeah, obviously just add steps and stuff. All that good stuff. This is not going to stay. This is very ugly. But just very basic. Just what you need right there. Then what I would do, I actually need to make a second one of these. Or actually what I will do is, what I do, grab this, bring it up a meter. You can go a little bit higher, maybe like a meter and a quarter, I think. Yeah, meter and a quarter. That works pretty well. Meter and a quarter, or just if you're using imperial units, 328 plus some change with 0.82. But yeah, pretty much what I do. is just connect that, bring this, center it, and what I'll do is, because there's, oh, crap. This is a girder, so it's got like a bit of a notch in right there. I do just barely to where it shows through, and then I just bring this down to the floor, and then that works like a charm. And then we can do is just make it all one piece, do that, copy it over. Oh crap, wrong part. Didn't mean to delete that. Then just deselect those parts, delete the top. A lot of this stuff is just build it yourself kind of deal. Throw it together and just slap those in, grab them, just throw them on deck. Normally what I like to do is just one master and one just regular, and then just slap them on the edge of the station and obviously line them up. Some are set up a bit different. Some of them are actually set like this. Some actually are actually set up like this with a barricade in the way. Just whatever the manufacturer just does the most, just do that. But try and line them up or whatever. I'm not going to do it on this ride, but I actually do have a coaster that I think I put on the workshop. If I haven't, I'll try and do it after I record this. What I did was I actually brought these cables down further. Crap, I actually hit fast forward. And I actually made a full area underneath the station. At some point, I have to do a video on that next time I do my blueprint series. But yeah, pretty much just that simple for the station. And now what I'm going to do is just grab this and put it right here on my launch track. Just line up those cables with the edge of it right there. On RMCs, they're actually behind these wood posts, I believe. And that lines up nicely with that right there. And then I'm going to add that on the other launch as well. So let's just do that again. If anyone knows how to fix this visual bug, please comment down below because I absolutely hate it. It is so annoying. Anyways, just use that, and then just going to use it on my transfer track as well. And just put that right there. And normally RMCs don't have too many boxes. Some different manufacturers will actually have more, some will have less. Control boxes around it. Mach has like a bajillion control boxes. At some point I need to make a slim version of these boxes. There'll be a few more pieces because I'll have to shrink these down. Very basic to do. And then obviously for things like lift hills, you just add this 3 or 4 times throughout the lift hill. What I did over here was just at the bottom where the full train is engaged. I do one about a train length and a little bit more. And I do one just before the curve, and then I just put an extra one up at the top here. Very simple to do, doesn't take too much work. I mainly just did this video to promote it, so look at me being a YouTuber. But yeah, anyways, I would encourage you, if you want to, make your own panels. And then just if you make any ones that you think are pretty good, just upload them to the workshop and then comment on this video with a share code and stuff. I'll check them out probably on stream or whatever. I also do stream. Currently not at the moment because I do have a couple of my lamps went out, so I've got to get some new lamps. The reason why I'm not going to stream is because I have a face cam and I don't want to just leave y'all hanging with just not a face cam. So very simple to do, very easy. You could also use these for like garage doors or whatever, but yeah, anyways, like I said, if you come up with any ones that are interesting or maybe like very unique or whatever, just go ahead and comment them down below. I'll check them out on the stream or whatever. I'll put them in a notepad and then I'll check them out. But anyways, I think that's going to be it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, be sure to leave a like, drop a follow. I'll see you guys again soon in another video. Till then, peace out.